This is Papu. I'm going to read you a story. The name of the story is Bones and the Doggone Mystery by David A. Adler. I'm Bones, Jeffrey Bones. I'm a famous detective. I find clues. I solve mysteries. One morning, Grandpa gave me a new magnifying glass. It was bigger than my old one. I held it up and looked at my detective bag. Wow, that's a big bag. I took my old magnifying glass out of the bag, looked at it. Hey, through my new glass, my small old glass looked bigger than my big new glass. What? That was too confusing. Let's go, Grandpa said. Let's take Curly to the park. Curly is Grandpa's dog. He's a detective dog. I tried to fool Curly. I put on lots of disguises, but Curly always knew it was me. See, there's the boy. He's got on a fake mustache and fake glasses and a fake nose, and the dog is licking his face. And there's Grandpa. Curly pulled on his leash. Grandpa and I had to hurry to keep up. Hey, Grandpa, I said, are we taking Curly to the park, or is Curly taking us? Grandpa laughed. We go to the park every morning. Curly knows the way. Yeah. Curly pulled us up to a bench in the middle of the park. I watched kids swing higher and higher. I wondered what I would see from way up there. Maybe I'd see a crime. Maybe I'd see clues. Grandpa, I said, I'm going on the swings. Sure, Grandpa said. I'll get you started. I took my big new magnifying glass from my detective bag. I put it in my pocket. I sat on the swing seat. I held on to the chains. Are you ready, Grandpa asked. I'm ready, I said. Grandpa pulled me back. He gave me a big push. Wow, I was swinging high. I looked down. Grandpa and Curly looked small. Everyone looks small. There he is on the swing, and Grandpa's pushing him. And there's Curly the dog. I wondered what they would look like through my big glass. When I was really high, I took out my magnifying glass. No! Oh, no! I was falling. I landed on the grass, but I didn't cry. Well, I did cry, but not a lot. Grandpa ran to me. Are you hurt? He asked. It's just my knees and this hand that hurts, I said. I showed Grandpa my hurting hand. You have no cuts, Grandpa said, and you're not bleeding. That's good. Now you should sit and rest. See, he fell down. Even a bird is looking at him. I dropped my magnifying glass, I told Grandpa. I have to find it. We looked in the bushes near the swings. We found a tennis ball, a broken kite, a shoe, and half a golf club. But we didn't find my magnifying glass. I need my detective bag, I said. I have detective things in there. That will help me find my glass. I looked at all the benches. Grandpa asked, which bench is yours? Oh my, Grandpa said. There are so many benches. I forget which one is mine. Don't worry, I said. I'm a detective. I'll find it. My big magnifying glass was lost. My detective bag was lost too. Detectives find things, but I had lost things. Lots of things. Right now, I didn't feel like a very good detective. See, there's a kite and a shoe and some birds. He's looking for things. I like to write clues on my detective pad, but my detective pad was in my detective bag. I would just have to remember them. Here's the first clue, I told Grandpa. Your bench is near the swings. Here's the second clue. There was a woman with white hair sitting next to you. Grandpa laughed. He laughed because so many people sitting on the bench had white hair. Yeah. All right. Oh my, Grandpa said, you found my bench. And you found your detective bag. But where's Curly? Don't worry, I said. I'll find Curly. I'm a detective. And detectives find things. Maybe he was stolen. No, I had two things to find. My new bag, my new magnifying glass, and Curly. I opened my detective bag. I wondered what I could use to find Curly. He's reaching inside the bag. My detective pad would help. I could write clues on it. My small magnifying glass would help. It would make things bigger. I didn't think I would need my disguise hats, fake noses, or beard. I wasn't hiding from anyone, and I didn't need my magnet, green rope, or rubber gloves. What I did need were clues. So we got the gloves, we got the magnifying glass, we got a pencil, a magnet, some eyeglasses with a fake nose and mustache, another fake nose and mustache, a detective pad, a hat, and looks like, I guess that's hair. I looked near the bench. I found paw prints in the dirt. I looked through my small glass at the prints. Hey, Grandpa, I said, do these look like Curly's prints? I'm sure they're his, Grandpa said, but they won't help you find Curly. They end in the grass. Detective work isn't easy. I needed another clue. See, he's looking, he sees the dog's footprints there. So he needs another clue. Hello, I said to the woman with white hair. Did you see a dog with curly hair? The woman looked up. She smiled at me and Grandpa. She pointed to the ground near Grandpa's side of the bench. He's sitting right there, she said. Then the woman looked where she had pointed. Oh my, she said, that cute little dog is gone. Grandpa said, let's look for him. The woman said, I'll help. My name is Sally. Sally seemed nice, but I didn't think she would be much help. She was sitting right there and hadn't even known that Curly ran off. Grandpa, Sally, and I walked everywhere in the park. We even called out Curly's name. Curly, Curly, Curly. But we didn't find him. We didn't know what to do. So we went back to Grandpa's bench. A good detective thinks of everything. Right then, I thought of something horrible. Maybe Curly didn't run off. Maybe he was stolen. Oh, we'll have to see. Did anyone come here and take Curly? I asked Sally. No, she told me. Are you sure? Grandpa asked. Yes, she said. I was reading a newspaper. If someone was here, he would have blocked my light. Sally and I sat on the bench. Sally opened her newspaper, and we pretended to read. Grandpa walked to his side of the bench. Sally was right. Grandpa blocked our light. I sat on the bench and thought, a good detective asks lots of questions. When I was on the swings, I asked, what was Curly doing? He was sleeping, Grandpa said. Then you fell off the swings and I ran over to you. I thought about Curly. A good detective thinks of everything. Curly is smart, really smart. He's a detective dog. A detective dog thinks of everything, too. I wonder what Curly thought when he woke up and Grandpa was gone. I've got it, I said. I know where to find Curly. Where do you and Curly go? I asked Grandpa. When you leave the park, we always go home, Grandpa said. Does Curly pull at his leash? Sure he does, Grandpa said. He knows the way home. Then that's where he is, I said. Curly went home. Maybe that's where he went. When Sally, Grandpa, and I came close to Grandpa's house, Curly ran to Grandpa. Would you like to come in, Grandpa asked me and Sally, for some milk or juice and some cookies? That would be nice, Sally said. Oh, no, it wouldn't, I said. We have to go back to the park and find my magnifying glass. Well, there's the house, and there's Curly. Grandpa held on to Curly's leash, and Curly pulled him to the park. Then I took Curly to the bushes near the swing. I told him about the missing magnifying glass. Curly is a smart detective dog, and he's also small enough to look in places where Grandpa and I were too big to look. Go, Curly, I said. Go find my magnifying glass. I see in the bushes there's a squirrel and a bird and another squirrel and another bird. Curly found a broken pencil and a mitten. I put them in my detective bag. I may need them one day to solve a mystery. Then Curly found my magnifying glass. Thank you, I said. I held up my arms and Curly ran to me. Let's go home, Grandpa said to Curly, Sally, and me. Let's get some milk, juice, and cookies. Curly wagged his tail and barked. This dog likes bones, I said. All dogs like bones, Sally said. Well, I told her this dog likes this bones. This dog likes me, Detective Jeffrey Bones. The end. And there's Curly, and there's Detective Bones, and Grandpa and Sally, and they're having juice and cookies and dog bones. Okay, the end.